Hello, everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm really excited to get to share a lot of the creative and strategy behind my Bellevue Forward Together campaign. Bellevue is something that I didn't really know about going into this, but it's something that's popped up very recently on TikTok. There's an account that goes to Pittsburgh Pirate games and interviews the few fans who do attend and asks them things about Pittsburgh. And it includes what are your favorite places to go to, get drinks, food, socialize. Yeah, there are some of the places that are popular, Lawrenceville, Shady Side. But one place that popped up multiple times is Bellevue, especially in the comments of people making sure people know Bellevue is a great place to go. And that's something that was really cool to see as I worked through this project and hope to be able to continue to build through this Forward Together campaign. So before we get too far, let's start with the executive summary in this Forward Together campaign. It's all about revitalizing Bellevue through the sense of community. This is something that I heard many times throughout RJ's interviews when going through the night markets. The campaign purpose is going to be promoting sustainable growth and revitalization of Bellevue. You're already doing that with Bellevue Forward, so let's continue to build it. Let's position Bellevue as a vibrant, walkable, character-rich town. Have it appeal for young professionals, families, remote workers, and entrepreneurs. These goals will hopefully lead to Bellevue Forward's social media following increasing by 50% in the next 6 months, grow the night market attendance by 30%, and help fill vacant storefronts in Lincoln Avenue by the end of 2026. Strategically, I want to show Bellevue's charm, its connectedness, this community spirit, and highlight those real stories about the people, the local events, the small business successes that make people want to be in Bellevue and invest. And I'm going to use optimistic, forward thinking messaging to inspire that engagement. So, why Forward Together? It's more than just a slogan, it's a call to action. It reflects Bellevue's commitment to inclusive community led progress and invites residents, visitors, and investors to thrive together. So let's start off with just Bellevue Ford, the organization. It's already in a great place. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. The mission is promoting sustainable growth and revitalization of Bellevue for economic development and community engagement. There are community events, small business development initiatives, and resident engagement programs. And it's positioned as a connected, walkable, character-rich town for modern families, entrepreneurs, and young professionals who want convenience and community. When I looked through and did a lot of research, I conducted a SWOT analysis, looking at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. As I already talked about, there's a strong community sense. It's walkable, transit connected. It's got that historic charm of the central business district, and it's close to downtown Pittsburgh, which is a big positive. At the same time, it is a negative because people might want to go to downtown Pittsburgh for some of those options and socialize. There is less retail and dining options compared to downtown Pittsburgh. But Bellevue does provide the opportunities as an attractive location for those young remote working professionals who can go to Pittsburgh to work or be close to it to enjoy and socialize without having to live downtown. And there's many outdoor spaces in Bellevue that can hold events. At the same time, there are other towns nearby, Sewickley, Millville, Avalon, that you have to fight for, and there's also a limited budget. I also want to look at the demographics. The population is 8,200, median age is 36 and a half. It's primarily white with a median household income of 65,000. There's an average travel time to work about 24 minutes. A lot of people going to Pittsburgh. It's two-thirds single, which I find to be a very important metric. And then the median home value is about 180,000. Overall, this leads to there being a mix of families, young professionals, and retirees, and a growing interest from millennials and remote workers as a very attractive location. That socioeconomic diversity too. There's people with higher incomes, lower incomes, and then a bell curve to the middle with that mid-income. Market growth trends lead to those younger residents wanting to be part of here, increasing interest in small towns near big cities. And then there's also the rise of remote hybrid work, encouraging people to move out of cities. I can work in Pittsburgh if I need to. I live in Moon Township, so I'm only about 20, 30 minutes away, depending on traffic. Bellevue is even closer, so it's a very great place for a young professional to be. There is some direct competition from other towns like Sewickley, Avalon, Emsworth, and Dormont, and some places that I discussed within that TikTok video, Strip District, Lawrenceville, and Shady Side. It's people who want to go to places to socialize and be with other people. So that leads us to the marketing strategy. From a value proposition, I believe that we need to position Bellevue as offering the character of a small town with the connectedness of the city. Live where you belong, forward together. Hopefully, this will increase Bellevue Forward's social media reach, grow event attendance versus peak summer attendance, and then fill vacant businesses on Lincoln Avenue. As much as Bellevue Ford is focused on driving business, you need the people. And so the primary people that we need to target are young professionals, families seeking alternatives to city life, and also those remote workers. At the same time, we do need to attract businesses, so entrepreneurs, investors, and small business owners and people who we also want to hit. Hopefully, this leads to perception of community vibrancy and progressiveness and have that energy with a historic charm. That leads to the campaign Forward Together, framing Bellevue as a small town with potential for growth and promoting its community, people, and businesses, being optimistic and forward thinking. The first hero ad I wanted to share really encapsulates everything of Forward Together, where community meets possibility. Promote Bellevue as a town for young families to prosper and embrace Bellevue's strength as community. We have the image with a young family where community meets possibility. It's a walkable town, a connected future, a place to grow together. Discover life in Bellevue where small town charm meets opportunity. This would be on Instagram and Facebook, again, more digitally focused for those young families who are on social media. However, again, 2/3 of the population is single, and so we want to look at young professionals who are together, who are alone. Variation one is I found my community here, intrigue young professionals who are looking to work near Pittsburgh while still having a small town feel. So utilizing Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, we could have a person saying, I moved from a small town near the big city. I stayed because I found my community and why I chose Bellevue. I moved to Bellevue for the price. I stayed for the people. This community welcomed me, supported me, and gave me a place to grow. Again, this would lead to the Bellevue Forward website, and people can learn more and be more interested in living in Bellevue. Again, we do need to focus on the businesses. So there's another video, another tactic to be using a video. I found my dream in Bellevue. Create videos to promote business success stories in Bellevue to promote additional new businesses. Talk up the sense of community and how everyone succeeds together, why someone want to start a business in Bellevue. This can be short form or long form videos, and I'm sure that budget would be a main concern with this. However, there are many college students throughout the area who need to build a portfolio and maybe wanting to get B-roll, get the videos, edit them, and be able to make them for very cheap. This could be used on YouTube, organic social, on the website. So that might be something that would be really interesting. Again, trying to highlight the businesses and success stories and make someone want to invest and grow their own business in Bellevue. The last one is trying to promote the events that really bring that sense of community. And I wanted to look at the night markets. So come for the night, stay for the neighborhood. This creates a poster to share around the community, supporting the night market and create more excitement for the monthly event and grow monthly attendance. These posters could be up on polls, up on businesses, even outside of Bellevue, and trying to get people interested in wanting to go to these events. You can do this for every month, try to make it a little different potentially, but still promoting Bellevue of being that neighborhood I want to be in. I want to be around those vendors. I'm interested. So what is success with all of this? Again, we've covered it a couple of times, but increasing Bellevue Forward social media following by 50% in 6 months, grow that night market attendance by 30% versus the peak summer attendance. It's been growing. Let's keep it growing. And then fill those vacant businesses of Lincoln Avenue by the end of 2026. Again, building that sense of this is a community where I want to be in and I want to own a business and be part of that community. So where does Bellevue Forward go from here after this campaign? Well, let's sustain the momentum in residential growth, increasing the interest in Bellevue living and contributing to rising property values above that 180,000 in long-term community revitalization. Let's expand the community event demand, positioning Bellevue as that go-to destination for vendors, residents, and visitors. So if people are talking about Lawrenceville and Shayside, they're only going to be talking about Bellevue going forward because we're going to grow that regional visibility, establishing Bellevue as that vibrant, walkable borough known for its charm, local culture, and social hub beyond its borders. So with that, I thank you, and let's help build Bellevue Forward together.